Hello. Uh, Testing mic 1 2 3. Testing mic 1 2 3. So hopefully this is good. And let's test for the desktop audio.
Proctor, I see Emily
Okay.
Collins-Relly, Sarisha Bandla. I mean, just an incredible group.
Hello everybody. This is Daniel Suguwa and um, and happy nice day to all of you guys. It doesn't matter if it's day or night, or in case my place right now it's night. So understandably, it's, we are less than 15 seconds before liftoff. Yeah, that's one thing for sure. And for now, I can say that you don't miss anything too much about the things and whatnot, and especially about behind the scenes of the launches or and whatnot. You're not missing it. It's totally fine. So yeah, Mio Marco said, "Happy nice day." Yeah, you too. Happy nice day, Mio. So I'm not going to go too much. I will try go here. Or alright. So let's try go here.
Be a first-time mom and training for her first space flight all in 1 year.
Wow.
And she was a part
I mean-
of NASA's original first 6 women
Well,
astronauts alongside
Tasking,
Sally
playing
Ride.
while
Of course,
watching
it
stream.
took
Wow.
them, those
Yeah,
first 6 female NASA
feels nice,
astronauts,
right?
2.5 years for all of them to fly into space. Now, today, Blue Origin is going to send 6
And
women into space.
it's not because I
in a
don't
single
have
day.
ideas so
I
much,
mean,
but
that's pretty cool.
let's
right
just
there.
say today is pretty tiring day for me. So I don't know what to even comment much. And not really helping is that she talks a lot here, very a lot here.
Can you imagine?
I think I might as well just go and narrate this better than
She gave birth to me on
than most of
Friday
them.
and was
So
back in the astronaut office on Monday.
yeah, so I have to close that desktop. I have to close this desktop audio loop. Wow, she talks a lot. Yeah, and yeah, I guess if you guys don't mind, allow me to get some water for now. You know, I'll go and explain a little bit about what this mission is all about. What's the launch vehicle today? I mean, if you look from the thumbnail, from the title, you got the idea. But I will try to explain briefly. What is it? What's the How do I say? Give enough technical detail what you need to do, what you need to know about this mission. So that's it. Give me some moment while I'm going to have grab some water right now. I mean, this clean water. So I'll be back. Yeah, so I'm back. So we are less than 10 minutes before liftoff. But yeah, because of some let's just say server delay stream from just going from US to here. So obviously we are going to watch this launches basically will be later than what we intend anyway. So that's that. I will try to explain a little bit in the nutshell what this mission is all about. Uh, let's go here uh, because I do have. Okay, so apparently right now they are doing go check right now. Okay, so oh, little bit sorry. Yeah, okay. Didn't intend to disrupt that visual. Sorry, guys, but it's fine. And for today, because how do I say? Because the stream at least for the uh, from the official Blue Origin YouTube channel, it's pretty. How do I say? It doesn't have that option to just downscale to 30 frames. So to achieve that effect, I decided I just go and stream from Space Affairs instead. Once again, Space Affairs for uh, thanks for Space Affairs for providing this uh, podcast. Yeah, because otherwise I couldn't even broadcast this in 30 frames. Internet bandwidth limitation here. But uh, anything is better than nothing. So I will try to explain and show to you uh, who's gonna launch for today. Okay, I guess we can go here. All right. So for today, for this new Shepard mission NS-31 crew, here's the mission for today. We have six all woman crew for this flight. The first one is Aisha Bow, and then second is Kyrian Flynn. I hope I pronounced this right. Gail King, Amanda Nguyen, Katy Perry, and Lauren Sanchez. So this is all of the crew flight today. And yes, you are not mistaken. The flight for today, one of it, the most prominent is Katy Perry, and she actually ride on this flight. And from what do I read, if I remember, this is the first all-woman launch since 1960, if I remember, 1963 by uh, Tereshkova, by 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 a Russian slash Soviet cosmonaut Valentin Tereshkova, if I remember correctly. That's her name for that. So this is the all flight mission, and but there's a little bit difference. For this mission, it will be suborbital. So what does it mean with suborbital? What does it mean about suborbital is that suborbital is just go around the tip to the space, and then it will just going to come back. Not not even, let's just say, not even 30 minutes after launch after that. But in this case, this mission should last up until around 15 or T+15 16 minutes to launches. After that, they will be back, and then from what I hear, they will also going to interview all of the crew members here. So that's that. While the Tereshkova, Valentina Tereshkova, she actually orbiting around the Earth for few hours, if I remember correctly, or few days, and she came back to the Earth anyways. So that's a difference. Going to the orbit is way harder than space. But in this case, let's just say they briefly become astronaut, per se. Loosely, we're gonna loosely call it astronaut, but not really much, because the space flight is not really that long. Just like what, few minutes, and then after that they will be back. They'll be back, heading back to the Earth. Especially if you take account of von Karman line. Basically, the limit is around 100 kilometers of the altitude of the Earth before you consider being in space. That's not really long. But however, if you take consideration of, let's say, NASA's definition, if I remember correctly, around 80 kilometers, so technically they have a little bit longer flight. But I would like to go with von Karman line as the standard first. And for these launches, let's go directly into the feed. Yeah, for these launches, all of this rocket, this is only just a one stage rocket only. If you see especially if you see the, how do I say, those phallic shaped rocket, you know is it? I don't have to describe to you why is that. Okay, I've already adjusted a little bit so it doesn't cut off that right corner of the screen, especially timer. Okay, you can see the first. This one is the new. It's the capsule for that. If I remember, it was called New Karman line there. Yeah, but if you see those longer, if you see those longer booster on below the space capsule there, you see most of all of it were powered by liquid oxygen as the oxidizer, and hydrogen as the fuel. And you need to know it's super cold, very cold. How cold, you might ask? If you go on the liquid hydrogen, it's around minus 253, if I remember correctly, minus 253 degrees Celsius. That's how cold is it for liquid hydrogen. While for the liquid oxygen, it's around minus 193 degrees Celsius, if I remember correctly. Yeah, it's around that level. It's pretty cold there. Okay, and now the rockets right now is on the flight pressure. Basically, in other words, it's already configured to go for flight. And now you can see the launch tower has already the launch gantry point has already retracted. So now basically, if they have any problem, they have to wait again for the gantry to just reattach back to the space capsule, and then they will go back for that. Okay, and according to my to the time, it supposedly should be 20 seconds before liftoff, but due to delay, so we are going to see later than usual. Okay, and now I've already opened the desktop audio loop, so you can hear it. And for this rocket also, this one is actually powered by BE-3 rocket engine. If I remember, this one is the expander cycle rocket engine powered. Basically, in the nutshell, from what I understood, is that it has similar idea with that gas generator, but instead of being expelled out from the nozzle, it instead used the pre-burner that actually mix a little bit with liquid hydrogen and liquid oxygen. It will just burn a little bit. It will move those turbine to move all of that liquid oxygen and hydrogen back to the combustion chamber and then burn it there. And the pre-burner, if I remember correctly, also will be going to the nozzle, so to the combustion chamber, and also burn out from there. Very highly efficient, but detected by square law cube, if I remember correctly. And ready for liftoff. 5, 4, command engine start. One. Okay, and you can see the ignition has already started, and there's some little bit slight burn, and T plus 7 seconds and lift off from the front range as launch site 1. And yes, you can see the lift off, and from the drone shot looks pretty beautiful. Okay, and it lifts pretty nicely there. Alright, and for the telemetry, all of it is going to be an Imperial system, so very sorry for us here using metric. Not much can we do, but I'll try to translate what this is about. Okay, for the velocity, it should be Mach 0.5 subsonic, and for the the throttle down, it functions as a way to ensure that the launch vehicle and the space capsule did not receive too great of the aerodynamic pressure. If it's too great, the launch vehicle and the spacecraft will disintegrate and potentially killing everyone there. But we are not going to see there for now. And max Q and already supersonic Mach 1. If I remember, it's around 1,200 plus kilometer per hour, basically already supersonic. Yes, only have thruster. Usually we use. Okay, as you can see, if you see from the water vapor atmospheric, that's also one of the another way. How do you know if it's already cracked the speed of sound and already passing max Q that fully excited on the launch vehicle? And Mio already asked question. The rocket has one thruster only. Yes, it only has one thruster, but we specifically will going to call this one rocket engine. Thruster usually we will use this if it's used. We use the, how do I say? We use the definition of thruster mostly for something that only requires low thrust application. Let's say especially and BE3 rocket engine has already shut down. Usually we use thruster definition as a way to define something that only uses low thrust application. Basically, let's just say, for example, you just only want to adjust the rocket orientation. Maybe you want to adjust yourself in the spacewalk. That's basically thruster. But I guess thruster is also technically correct, because technically, and I mean technically rocket engine service thruster, right? So nothing too wrong about using that. And it's already 0G. Usually around 0G, this space capsule has already separated between the rocket itself. And at this point, because of 0G, they experience this weightlessness where they don't feel much of the greater weight of themselves. I mean, if you want to know how the weightlessness feels like, try to go anything near water bodies, or basically let's just say around your swimming pool area. Just try to go there. That's how weightlessness feel actually. Okay, and now it's already in the space and already they have already passed the von Karman line. Not yet. They are not yet passing that von Karman line. But however, they have already reached that 60 miles or around 80 kilometers line. Okay, and by now they should have already passed the von Karman line, the 100 kilometers plus. Okay, and after it has already reached the Karman line, the highest one, they call it apogee. After reaching that apogee, the highest point of the altitude, it will now go back to the Earth, and we enter as usual, and they will be headed back to the Earth and ready to be and all of the crew will ready go back to the seat, and
She was gonna sing in
how do I say,
space. I'm
and
waiting for it.
strap themselves back with the
1
belt.
minute warning. 1 minute warning.
Alright, 1 minute warning.
So that is
Yeah, 1 minute warning.
communicating a
So
1 minute
basically,
warning for our
indication
astronauts
that
to take in those
that
last
that
views before they get
that's
buckled
basically
up
their.
into
Oh, you can see the live feed itself is not really good there. Okay, it's pretty bulk, but basically in the nutshell, around 1 minute, 1 minute, seatbelt warning. Usually, this is indicating that that's their last chance to basically feel unbuckle themselves from the seat before they finally go back to the seat to their own seat, buckle up back with seatbelt, and basically going back safely into the earth. Okay, and also if you see this picture like this, pardon me and pardon all of us that tries to live stream this. This is not our fault. This is basically on the Blue Origins, and we cannot do much here. You can hear it. Ah, that crunchy, not really good sound. Oh,
and a great. All astronauts are back. That is the rocket that is screaming back down to.
I mean, I don't have too much comment here.
Its landing spot just 2 miles north of where it's
The
taken.
viewing experience alone is not the best. Okay, and as you can see on the first stage booster, it's already entered back the Earth. And if I remember correctly, even the flaps has already activated to basically guide the rocket back not to the launch pad itself, but to the landing zone. You will see this happens in nutshell. And okay, you can see the outline. That's already transonic. It's already should be sonic boom by now.
This is something
Okay,
that had never been done
should be
before until just a few years ago. Truly the stuff of
okay.
science fiction that you're about to watch.
Yeah, you can hear it. Boom. That's basically sonic boom.
There we go.
Okay, and the BA3 has already ignited one last time for this flight to land itself back to the launch to the landing zone. Okay, but I can see that the rocket looks pretty too fast than usual, but they're still able to guide themselves back to the landing zone. So congratulations, the booster has already finally touched down, and this is the visibility in the nutshell. Yeah.
New Shepard.
Yeah, so welcome home back, Shepard. Now you can see it's already landed on the landing zone. I mean, literally the landing zone. You could have just mistaken this with the helicopter pad, but no, this is specific for rocket. But technically, helicopter can also land this if they want to. They can. I mean, heck, you could have just used this as the drone landing zone too if you want. As you can see, yeah, as you can see, it's pretty. It has some charred look there because it's super hot. Okay, and the parachute has already opened. Not the real parachute. This is more like the rock chute. Rock chute is basically just to slow it down to the point it's safe enough to deploy. You can see deploy the main parachute, and all of these, yeah, looks like for what I can see, all of these three main should finally inflate properly. Yeah, if you actually see some of the flight, sometimes even the worst case scenario, only one only able to inflate itself, but it still works, you know. As long even just one main parachute works, mostly they are able to land safely. And by the time of this landing, for one last time, when the space capsule wants to land back to the Earth, how it actually touch down is that the capsule itself will safely, how do I say, will safely try to touch back to the Earth, and then by the time the touchback almost occurred, basically just just around few seconds like that. Yeah, few
And we can see
seconds.
the capsule
Okay,
just
few
over our
around
shoulder.
1-2 seconds
Going to be
before finally
landing
landing,
north and east
the solid
of the
rocket
launch pad, coming down south
retro
lane
thruster
briefly.
will actually ignite,
500
taking
feet.
all of that to ensure there is air cushion that will safely land
And you will see a puff of
this
smoke when
space
it
capsule
touches down,
to
a puff
ensure
of
everyone
dust.
That should be yes.
inside of the
A puff of
capsule
dust
safe,
last
of course.
milliseconds.
So we'll see.
Air
You can see.
cushion that will
You
kick
will
up the
see here.
dust. It's a very
This
soft landing
what I would
despite the
mean here.
sporty
Just the same
perception
watch. And,
nowadays.
okay, and the retro thruster yeah, the retro thruster is already open up. It's not really that long. It's around 500 milliseconds of burn, and that's it. They've already touched down.
Welcome back to Earth.
Okay, and now they are welcome back to Earth.
Check.
And then,
Double shot.
from what I see, what do I see from
Kristen does some
previous live?
incredible
There will
images there. The
there's a
capsule.
little bit like launcher like
Nice.
this,
Let's wait for
and then
Erickson to
and then
survive
also
here and make sure
we're going to
everyone
see there is also
protected.
going to be a ground crew safety check to ensure that everyone safe there. After they check, there is nothing particularly dangerous outside of the
Yes,
capsule.
as you heard it there, they were,
After they check
everybody
everything is
seemed
safe,
to
they
be
will
just
guide
as
all of
ecstatic
that crew
to be back here, back on
inside of it.
Earth. Everybody
They will guide it
appears
safely,
to
and
be
they will
fine.
basically try
Beautiful
their best,
shot there of the
And
capsule
then
down in the desert. As we
we'll
were just
soon
saying,
going to see
it looks
interview,
like a
but
tough
it's not going to
landing,
be
but
that
it
long.
is an air cushion in the last
After the
milliseconds that just
interview,
makes it even softer.
then we'll
I will
see
also note the
the
parachutes landed
we'll see
very
the
close,
Blue
so the
Origin
capsule,
will
that's just an
conclude the
indication
live
that
stream
there's
here.
not very much wind
So
out here today.
so yeah,
A
that's that.
beautiful day for a launch and landing. A beautiful day to add 6
Okay.
more names to the roster of astronauts that have been
So
over
you can
the
see
Kármán line
the view
into
right now.
space.
It doesn't look too hot here, fortunately. And this is the let's just say this is the rocket car. No, not rocket car view. Oh, what do I dream right now? Oh, this is not good. This is not good. You can see those live feet from Blue Origin just dropping in and out, in and out, and in and out. Even worse than my drop frames for drop frames internet here. I mean, at least my drop internet frames you still can hear it, but this one, yeah, you can hear it. That's not good.
Sounds good, Carissa. And as everybody can see, she is those recovery crews are screaming out
Okay.
there. So we actually send them out as soon as we spot the capsule. And there's
Not good.
little Rose, Katie's daughter, who is just
Daisy.
Okay,
Daisy, excuse
so
me.
I guess
Just seeing her mother go to space and come back, I'm sure she cannot wait to say hello.
never mind. Let's endure this for little while. Not going to be that long. After the interview finish, they conclude this. That's it. We are going to end the stream pretty soon.
There will be at least 2 trucks that go out there. What you'll see is they will come around the capsule. We also have crew member 7 who's in there.
As you can see, those desert sands that basically kicking in, it's going a little bit further. Even though there's not so much, even though the wind is basically almost non-existent, but you can see
You know, it's hard to
it's
pick a
carry
favorite
out
moment, right?
pretty
Launch,
slowly.
landing, it's all
There.
good. But the moment coming up might be my absolute favorite, right? It's the moment
mean,
recovery team gets out
yeah.
there, then all the friends and
They
family,
talk a lot,
and we
just
get
like
to see
me.
the astronauts emerge from the
Just like when I
capsule,
try to
and we get
explain,
to
but
hear what they
even
thought
when I'm
for the
talking,
last,
actually it's for
10
good
minutes or
reason.
so that they were up in
But they
space.
just
And
too
I
much,
think one of my favorite things that I've
non-important
ever
information.
seen
So
in
I don't
covering
know.
space, certainly with Blue
Don't know what
Origin,
to say here.
was that moment for William Shatner, Captain Kirk, as he emerged from the capsule.
So yeah,
You know, and this is exactly why you want to send people that are not just professional astronauts into space. What he said was so moving that day.
100% agree. But it's not just the astronauts that are here that are being moved by this event. We've got Tabitha.
okay. They are just talking too much. I just have to close that the desktop look
understand. I tell you right now,
Anyway,
Chloe, I just
there's
want to
the
know from your
interview,
perspective,
another one.
that moment, what was it like?
I don't think I realized how emotional it was going to be, and I literally had
Okay,
chills all
let's
over my
listen
body
on
from the
the
second it
interview. I'm
launched
not going
until
to
the
talk
moment I
much.
just saw it land. And it's sort of hard to explain because I don't think you would be that emotional, but it's incredible. It takes your breath away. And I feel like I have all this adrenaline and I'm just standing here.
Right? And it's very true.
Same. It's really, first of all, we're so thrilled that the girls are safe and everything went so well. And so that's a relief because, I'm sure there's a lot of nerves up there, but to hear the girls screaming and having such
They said they saw the pink
Okay,
cone.
and sorry for
I heard the
interrupting a
audio. I
little
was
bit.
like,
As you
that
can
is
see,
the
this is the
coolest thing.
ground
I cannot wait to get
ground
the footage from
safety
inside.
crew. They will check one by one a little bit about the space capsule to ensure everything is safe there. You can see this is
So exciting.
this is the real life
It's been a
demonstration
pretty
what happens
phenomenal
here.
day.
And yes, this is not a
So,
drill.
when are you
This
guys
one is
going up? Is the
actually
real
real.
question.
Oh my
For
gosh, I
the
don't
new
know,
viewers
but
that actually watch here,
this made it
welcome,
even
welcome.
more enticing.
This is the launch for today,
You can go on behalf of the rest
and
of us.
the launch is
I think we
basically
all directly
excellent and
welcome the
successful,
comment before
flawless.
we let you
Let's
go
just
up,
say.
but, I like you being an observer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we love being able to share this experience with you, and thank you for sharing how you feel out here with our audience. So it's been really, really incredible. So yeah, the emotions are high because it's so exciting and energizing. And gosh, Kristen, Ariane, I don't know what to say. I did cry. I did cry. I didn't think I was going to cry, and I cried.
Tabitha, I love you putting them on the spot there. Chloe and Chris, are you guys going up?
Keeping up with the Kardashians
In space.
We're waiting for it. That's the all next all lady launch. Well, thank you so much, Tabitha, for that. And you could see that, you can hear that, you can hear from Tabitha. Even she is emotional and has tears in her eyes. When you're down here.
Okay, now this is not really important part, so I've already opened up that this music loop. At least something else better to hear than weird yapping here. Okay, and speaking about this one, you can see from the drone shot and also from the ground shot of the new Shepard rocket there, the left side previously. And that's that. For the new Shepard rocket, usually how they will inspect it is that instead of coming up with this ground safety crew, right? What they do is they just send let's just say like they basically send a robotic let's just say like a mini robotic car to basically inspect the new Shepard rocket to ensure everything is safe. And basically around that period, because the rocket no longer uses its propellant, all of the propellant will be vent out. We basically depressurize to ensure that the launch vehicle will be safe enough to approach after that. And basically, maybe you'll ask, what even is vent out? Vent out is basically like you try to depressurize. You try to not only depressurize the rocket, but basically you want to yoink out all of that propellant, basically fuel oxidizer going out, flowing out from the launch vehicle, from the rocket. Launch vehicle is basically another fancy way we like to call this rocket. Okay, so if you hear launch vehicle and rocket, that's basically we basically refer this on two same side. Not so. I hope this helps. That's also one of the things. And for the robot, not only they will also check if the rocket properly vent out, but they will also going to check basically a miscellaneous whatever safety stuff. They want to ensure that the rocket no longer has the ability to light itself back, or basically also to just check maybe if they find there is propellant leak. They will try to ensure that the ground safety crew did not go too near, because not only it's very cold, but when it explodes, it will explode with great ferocity. Yeah, it's not going to be very good. Basically, it's going to be like it's going to be like slightly mini Nedeline disaster, but just without toxic propellant, you know. So that's that. And also another view you can see here. Okay, they are still looking and checking in. Yeah, so that's that. And while there's not so much else to talk about other than we're going to see the view of the crew uh, going out from the capsule. I mean, meanwhile I'm waiting, why not? I'm just shut myself up for now. So yeah, that's it. And I'm going to talk. Uh, I'm going to chat around the live chat. So that's that.
Sarah Knights, our crew member 7.
Okay, you see,
And I just want to thank our viewers for joining
yeah,
us.
you see those that guy
NS-31,
with
Shepard's
basically a
31st
bald
mission to
head.
space, our 11th
Yeah, that's
human space
this
flight
this is
from
this is Jeff
all-
Bezos,
from all parts of this
the
flight,
founder
for
of
the booster,
the
for the capsule, for our
Amazon.
astronauts.
You know, does Amazon?
Completely
If you guys ever
successful flight,
interact
one of
and
the
even use it,
smoothest
you
flights
know,
we've had
basically
so
an
far.
Amazon
And we're now
marketplace
just
and what's on.
awaiting the opening of the
It's very
hatch
popular.
so we can
And
get some
if I
views
remember,
from
recently
our
he's
6 new
already stepping
astronauts.
down from the CEO. Yeah, he's already recently stepping down from being actively in the CEO stuff and basically
And I would
mostly in
imagine
the
Lauren Sanchez in
backpedal,
seat 1 will be
but still
coming
have some
out
influence on the
first.
That is
board of
correct. They'll go,
director, if I
she's
remember
in seat
correctly,
1, which
of
is
the
next to the left.
Amazon company because he
The
wants
left
to
window
focus
there. She will
on
go first.
on his another company one
And
here,
then
the
last
Blue
number
Origin.
6 is
Yeah,
Carrie Ann.
so that's
That
that.
is the window on
That's
the right.
that's the reason why you can see Jeff Bezos since lately much more active on Blue Origin because he's already basically
You see those vans arriving. Those are
no
friends and
no longer
family.
being the main CEO of Amazon, of course. So he's
That's
basically
Carrie
focused on
Ann
this one.
looking
If
out
I
the
remember,
window,
he's
in the
here
window
also
to the right
a
there.
CEO of
Lauren Sanchez on the left,
Blue
and you really
Origin,
get a
if I
sense for
remember
just how
correctly,
big
and
these
also
windows
founder of
are.
this
I mean,
company.
when you're inside this
But
capsule,
and
it's
also from the
almost
history,
as though you're getting a
from what
full
I know,
360
Blue
panoramic
Origin
view. One of
actually
the cool
preceding
features
the
of this capsule, the
SpaceX,
largest windows of
but
any spacecraft.
but the first company, the
Over a
first
third of the
private
surface
aerospace
area of this
company that's
craft
actually
is
successfully
windows.
go
And
not
that's on
only into
purpose.
not
There were many
basically the
meetings
first
with
that
our
actually
founder Jeff
go into
Bezos.
orbit.
Our engineers brought
Back
us
then,
windows. He said, "Nope, make them
it's
bigger."
actually
They come back.
SpaceX.
Then, nope, that's nice,
Blue
but make them
Blue
bigger.
Origin is a
And
pretty
what you'll get here,
decent in the
why is that
entry.
so
Basically,
important?
like
So many of our astronauts have said,
already,
when I got from my seat, I looked at outside
let's
my
just say
window and I turned around and I looked at the other
around
5 windows
15,
and
16
my
years
brain
late
created
from
a
SpaceX. You know, if you see those recent
panoramic
launches,
view, a
the first
panoramic
launch ever of
photo
the
of it because
New
so
Glenn,
much
New
of the
Glenn rocket, that's
capsule
basically their first attempt
is
ever to
windows,
go
and it's
into
it
orbit.
makes for just
So
an
that's why
incredible
some
experience.
if you actually have some conversation with the aerospace dude,
Here
especially
goes
those
Jeff Bezos to open the
geek and nerd
hatch.
like us, sometimes we also call this as the billionaire space race because of this space race in between this rich guy, especially the Richard Branson, if I remember correctly, for the Virgin, something like that. Before that, previously it's Virgin Orbit, but Orbit basically already bankrupt, so only Virgin Space. Okay, and this is it. You can see. So that's a little bit history. What you need to know. Okay, and of course, this is Katy Perry. You already know who she is, or maybe at least you ever hear her name. So that's not even an alien person for you. Okay. Okay, so that's that. I don't want to comment too much here. Let the word speak. Let the action speak itself more than my word here. Yeah. Okay. I think maybe I can continue a little bit of the conversation previously. That's why sometimes we call this space age sometimes as the billionaire space race, especially when we are referring between this Richard Branson for the Virgin, basically Virgin, recently bankrupt Virgin Orbit and still operational Virgin Space, and also between with Elon Musk with SpaceX, and also Jeff Bezos with the, as you can see here, with Blue Origin. That's why sometimes we call this as a billionaire space race. In this age, we also call this as the new space era, basically demarking the time where, let's just say, when SpaceX basically properly going into orbital rocket stuff. That's basically,
Alright, and you
if I
just
remember
saw it
correctly,
there. All six
let me try.
astronauts coming out, all ecstatic.
SpaceX, if I remember
Katy
correctly, they
Perry and
actually
Gayle King
successfully
both
go into
kissing the
orbit on the
earth.
fourth flight around
Very happy to be
2008,
back
if I
down
remember
here,
correctly,
but
2008
clearly
or
ecstatic.
2009.
I
And
don't
then,
know about you, Kristen, but my
if
favorite
I
was
remember, for the
Lauren
Falcon
coming
1
out and saying,
rocket,
"Where are my babies?"
the first and the only successful launch orbital rocket ever for the they got it from commercial and not just
With that, let's
like
turn it
some
over to Chrissy
demo
Thompson
flight or
standing
what
by
and what's
outside the
on.
capsule.
The first real successful is for is the Razak satellite by basically launch contracted by launch contracted by, yeah, let's just say like uh, SpaceX make those Falcon 1 rocket back in the day, very small rocket, and basically Malaysia government basically just contract to SpaceX to launch it for them, and that one, as at least in the Falcon 1 history, that's the first and only successful commercial launch ever for the Falcon 1, and then after that they move on with Falcon 9. And this is the interview. Let's hear and listen. Okay, this is Lauren. This is Lauren Sanchez.
Because what I was saying, it was like quiet, but then also really alive. And you look at it and you're like, we're all in this together. Like, that's all I could think about is like, we're so connected, more connected than you realize, because you just see right here, you see like, states and all these things that like divide us, but we're not. And
what is your emotion? What makes you emotional?
Joy. Complete and utter joy and gratefulness. Like, it makes me want to come back and just hug everyone and be like, oh my God, we're in this together. Like, that's what this is. And
Jeff had told you that it will change you more than you know, and I know you're only a few minutes removed from the capsule, but I can tell already. Yeah.
I'm like, I don't cry that
Okay,
often.
so basically this is
I
like
didn't expect to be
emotional
this
interview too,
but it's also
as you can see.
all the love that
Yeah.
was in that capsule, and all the
So that's that.
and all the heart and the feelings and all the things, and like seeing Jeff before I left, I just went like, I had to come back. I mean, we're getting married. If I didn't come back, that would be a bummer for me.
Only you, by the way, would say this to me.
Yeah, if I remember correctly.
If you don't want to marry me, you don't have to send me to space.
Don't have to send me to space.
What an incredible experience for you. But the fact that when you're in there, we got to hear some of your audio, but give us some of those moments when you guys, just from the second you took off to the second you landed, describe, if you can, for us what we didn't get to hear.
It was a feeling of joy. and camaraderie. It was a feeling of gratefulness. It was a feeling that we're doing this. And Alan Shepard, I told you about this, did this same exact flight, and he became the first American in space. And 6 women just did the same flight that.
Yeah, but also some difference. When Alan Shepard actually go for the suborbital flight,
I hope that more
he's
people
actually
get to
also
see
going
this,
for
because
pretty
I
high
feel, I don't
altitude. If I
even
remember,
know
around
how much it's going to change me.
200 and
I
300,
want to thank the Go
or
team.
little
I
bit
mean,
plus something like
look
that
at them. I mean,
before it's
so
going back
hard
to
make
Earth.
sure this
And
vehicle
Alan
gets back
Shepard
safe,
being
and
on space actually
I'm so
longer
proud of you. I'm
than
so
this
proud of you.
flight
It's one
actually
thing to
does.
say you're going to do it. It's
But
another
again,
thing
there
to
is
actually do
still
it. And I
some
know there's a
point,
phrase in your family that life
some
takes
point
off
there,
on
you
the
know.
other side of fear.
So that's
And
that.
here you are, just
And
having landed back on Earth, and now you are
and that
officially, Lauren
that's it.
Sanchez, already adding to your extensive resume, you are an astronaut. Congratulations.
thank you. I'm very excited. I'm excited to share it with the world, and I'm so grateful to everyone here.
I love you. Go be with your family. But
To process and download what just happened to me.
well, get on in
Yeah,
here,
and
Amanda.
from
Someone
that, if I
can
remember
now
correctly,
articulate
FAA,
exactly how
basically
Lauren is
Federal
feeling. Lauren is
Aviation
so candid about
Agency,
overcome with
basically
emotion. How are
an
you feeling?
aviation
I know,
agency
Amanda,
for
this has been a dream
US,
of
for
yours, a long-awaited
United
dream, and now
States.
it is
They
finally
no
official.
longer,
You are an
if I remember,
astronaut.
around a
Congratulations.
year ago, something like that, they no longer declare anyone goes into space like that randomly, like space flight participant. In this case, this is more like this is basically, how do we call this? More like a space flight participant rather than anything. If I remember, due to the
You
abundance of
mentioned to us
people
prior to going up,
will
you said
try
that
to
you
just
needed
go
to
to
go to
space and what's on.
space to
So
heal.
unless they are
I know
pretty,
you're
pretty
only a
serious
few
with their
minutes
mission,
removed from
they
this
know what they are
incredible
doing.
experience.
They no
Do you
longer
feel healed?
awarded the astronaut patch, if I remember, by the FAA. So that's that. So basically, they are just a spaceflight
For the folks at
participant at this
home
point
that
rather
don't know
than
what that
astronaut.
means,
If
what it is
yeah,
for you.
because if you are a spaceflight participant, yeah, if you are spaceflight participant, usually you don't do much. You just right in there, you go to space and call it day. So that's why FAA no longer award any any astronaut title and an astronaut badge to basically like them, like spaceflight participant, unless they actually do the real deal serious mission. Let's say, for example, if they know how to operate the launch vehicle, the space capsule, they can communicate this and what's on. Maybe they still can be considered for the astronaut title, but in this case, this is more like a
Had this on
spaceflight
your laptop,
participant.
right?
Yeah,
And
so that's that. There's some historical context you need to know, especially the current day FAA. What's the context in international?
never give up. Well, those
And
dreams are no longer
from
on
this
hold.
interview,
You are
she
finally
actually
an
really
astronaut.
have a pretty good stuff
Enjoy
there.
this moment with your family, and thank you for sharing it with us.
Yeah,
Thank you, Amanda.
great
Carrie
experience.
Ann, you said to me yesterday, you said, when I get out of that capsule, I'm
Okay,
going to be an emotional wreck. And I think
Lawrence
what I will
Sanchez
just
already
say for
done.
anyone that has never had the
Amanda
great
Nguyen
privilege,
already done. And
being
this
here,
one
this is my
is
first time at launch,
and
and
this
it
one
is
is
very
Korean Sleep.
emotional. Describe, if you
Okay,
can,
so we
how
are going
you're
to hear
feeling.
the interview from her.
I have almost no words. It was the most incredible experience of my life to be up there and see like such vast darkness in space and look down on our planet. The moon was so beautiful, and that was like, I felt like that was a special
The
gift
moon was
just for
so
me.
beautiful. Oh, from
I'm
what?
so
The
sorry.
reference is this
Don't apologize.
Tukigaki,
You just went to space. You just went to space. This is
Damn,
And like knowing that
damn.
everyone I loved was standing
Some
there looking back
some manga slash anime reference here.
I just
If you guys have
hope that these types of
good
experiences
cartoon slash
clear path for everyone to
slash comic reference,
you
also
told
please
us
tell me.
beautiful story
I'm
about
eager
your
to
son when you told him you
I'm
were going
eager
to go to space,
to
and that you don't
to
need a
hear
second
from
hold,
you guys.
and that he went back to school and he was all excited
The
to tell his
reference.
friends that his mom was going
That's why
to
I said
space. But he said,
Tukigaki
"Your mom can't go
reference.
to space."
moms don't go to space.
Well, guess what? This mom
Go to
just went to
space.
space. Congratulations. You are officially an astronaut, and I know you're wearing a very special necklace from an incredible group of people that you hold near and dear to your heart. What would you like to say to them watching?
I'm wearing a few necklaces today.
Yeah,
My
Blue Origin
dear
still
friends,
calls them
threw
as
me a blast
astronaut,
off
but
party, and
FAA
made this
they
leather,
they basically just
which
categorize this like
obviously,
specified
represents the Blue
participant actually.
Origin logo. And
But
it
that's
was
the only
so
history
special to have
you
it
need to know
close to my
briefly.
heart.
Since like few
And
years,
in space with
2
me.
years ago, if
And
I
I feel
remember
like
correctly.
it helped me
But
take all of
but yeah, I'm not going to
me on this
spoil it
journey.
if they're
All right,
happy
we'll
enough to
let you
go
go enjoy
space
this
and they want to
historic
self-declare
moment with your
themselves
family, and
as
thank you for sharing it
astronaut.
with
Well,
us. Congratulations, you're an
that
astronaut.
that's their right, you know.
Gail, get on over. I am so
Floating. I can't believe it. I cannot believe it.
I'm so proud of you. And I
Okay,
know that
and
I speak for the collective because you have
already
been
done
so
with
honest.
Vivian,
You've been so
and now
vulnerable.
Gail
And I
King
spoke to your best friend
in the
prior to you
interview right now.
taking off.
So let's
And I
hear
asked her why it was
from
so
this
important for you to
interview.
do this. And she said, she said, so she didn't have to hear you say, I wish I would have done that.
So true.
But now, Gail King, you are officially an astronaut. How do you feel?
I still can't accept that word, but I will say I can't even believe what I saw. When somebody calls this a ride, this was not a ride. What happened to us was not a ride. This was a bona fide friggin' flight. And our instructor, we were so well prepared. So every noise we heard, we knew. But the flight instructor said that I am her best success story. Why? Because she's never had somebody go through the course who's terrified of flying. Everybody who's gone through the course is somebody that it's been a lifelong dream. They wanted to do it. So she said, I'm her best success story. I'm so proud of me right now. I still can't believe it. I still can't believe it.
Okay, I've already offered the
launch, you
music.
said that you would be so proud of yourself if
So
you
hopefully
went
it's
through
not
with
too
this.
boring.
And you did. What was the best part, Gail?
It's oddly quiet when you get up there.
Okay,
It's really
so
quiet and peaceful.
hopefully we have
and you
some
look down at the
feedback
planet and
here.
you think, that's where we came from? And to me, it's such a reminder about how we need to do better, be better.
Okay,
Do better,
please tell
be
me,
better
guys,
human beings.
is it okay to mix
And what do you mean by
music
that?
with the desktop
Well, it's
audio
so
loop?
nasty and so
Is it okay?
vitriolic nowadays. And I mean, if everybody could experience that peace that we had up there, and the kindness and what it takes to do what we did, all the people that it took to get us up there and get us back safely, I'll never, ever, ever forget. And when we were up there, have you talked to Katie yet?
Or maybe not, I don't,
When we were
or
up
maybe
there,
not, I don't know.
Zero
I'll
G is
just
very
be
difficult.
there.
You know, all the training
Give it
about
in.
this is how you get in the chair and this. I look like a friggin' moose getting in the chair. It was like, just let me get in the chair. Let me get the seatbelt on. But, you know, we had a very do this.
How would you describe it?
It's very difficult because you're floating. But the best part was when we got back in our seats after zero G's, Katie sang "What a Wonderful World."
She did?
Isn't that nice?
Oh, come on.
She sang "What a Wonderful World." I see
Did you just all
dreams.
start
Oh,
crying?
yes.
Oh.
Because we'd been asking her to sing all the time, and she wouldn't. And then, because everybody said, sing roar, sing fireworks. And she said, it's not about me. I wanted to talk about the world.
Wow.
I know, isn't that nice? You got to ask her about that.
That's really special. And when Lauren got out, she was overcome by emotion for a lot of reasons, and rightfully so. But she spoke to the group and how close you guys have all become because of this experience. How would you describe the camaraderie that you guys now have together?
I would say that we are forever bonded, because you can't go through what we went through to look out for each other, to help each other, and not be changed by that. Yeah. You know, it really is a true. People throw the word around, but it really is a true sisterhood. Mm-hmm. But it speaks to how we were set up for success. The training was so, I can't stress this enough. The training was so friggin' good. We were set up for success. And it went exactly as they told us it was going to. Every boom that you heard, the drones, the drogues coming out, the parachutes coming out, it went exactly as they said.
Are you glad you did it?
I am glad I did it. Yeah. I am glad I did it. Yeah. I am very glad. I have no regrets about doing it.
What would you say to people watching right now that are scared, that are fearful of anything? What would you say to them?
Well, I just said I'm stepping way out of my comfort zone, because this is so not like me. I said up there, I might now get my ears pierced. I've always been afraid.
Which is great. I love that you've never had your ears pierced.
No, even Hootie at the training center. You don't have your ears pierced? I go, because it hurts.
Oh, my gosh.
But I mean, for people that are afraid, Eleanor Roosevelt once said, courage is doing something that scares you, but you do it anyway. And I stepped out of my comfort zone in a way that I never thought was possible for me. And now that I've done it, I really do feel I can take on anything. Anything.
Congratulations, Gail King. You are an astronaut.
Thank you, Chris.
I am so excited for you. I'm so excited for you. And I'm going to go with you to get your ears pierced because I want to get another hole right here. Go enjoy this with your family. Thank you so, so much. Aisha.
All right.
Oh, my goodness.
Gail King has already done.
Congratulations.
And
Congratulations. You
yeah,
are
it's
officially an
going to
astronaut.
be
How do you feel?
Aisha Bowie.
Also, how do you look perfect after just going to space? I mean, my goodness.
I will never be the same. I mean, when you get up there and you see the Earth, and it's so beautiful, and it just fills the screen, and it's not just your window, it's like everybody's window, and there's no boundaries, there's no border, there's just Earth. It's incredible.
You know, Gail is so honest that this wasn't her dream, but this was a dream of yours. How do you feel now that you just achieved it?
Like I picked the right dream. And when we landed, I said, Exuma, I'm good blue comm, but I'm ready to go back.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
What was the best part for you?
The best part for me, actually the whole thing. But we got in and we counted down from 10. And then I started to hear some singing. And when we lifted off, everybody, you could just feel the energy in the capsule. And when we got up there and we got out of our seats, we all just looked at each other. And there was this moment, and I can't wait for people to see it on the video, but there was a very special moment between all of us. And it's just beautiful. It's so beautiful.
Yes. Where is your grandfather?
Yeah, so basically the
92-year-old
onboard
grandfather who
onboard
I know
of the
you were so excited
space
for.
capsule
What did
view
he say to you when
that's
you
going
got
to be
out of
later
this
on.
capsule and got
I
to
mean,
see
not
him?
today. It's
He
going to
said,
take some
I
time.
was really worried for you.
Should be
Oprah
to be
squeezed me.
on Blue Origin's social media at some
Oprah has a
point,
way of making us all
hopefully.
feel just a
Or
little
even
bit
if
more at
you
home
don't
and a
want to
little
go
bit
there,
calmer.
maybe you can wait for
I know your father is
Sci
watching
News
down on you,
or
and
Science
he
News
is your angel.
to basically
What do you
upload
think he's
upload that
thinking right now in heaven?
for us.
I
Either
think he
can.
was like, woo! To have the opportunity to have flown his star in my flight bag and to have a perspective that very few people get to have of Earth, I just feel a renewed connection to everything in life and where we are, and I can't wait to go back out there and pour what I've learned into the world.
You have given so much to so many, and I know there are a lot of people watching right now, some young boys and some young girls that are inspired constantly by you. What would you like to say to them?
Dream it, plan it, and go and do it. I never really thought I could go to space, although I really wanted to go. And today just confirmed that dreams are real, and sometimes reality is wrong.
And your dreams just came true. Congratulations. Go enjoy this with your family. Thank you for sharing your experience with us.
Okay.
Katie.
Oh, okay. Right now, Aisha Bowie also this
No, you're not the prayer of the group.
share her experience, and now this is
I'm going to tell you something
Katy
right now.
Perry.
You are
I
officially
think
an astronaut.
you guys already know
Thank you
this.
so much.
How do you feel?
I feel super connected to love. So connected to love. I think this experience has shown me you never know how much love is inside of you, like how much love you have to give, and how loved you are until the day you launch.
We had these incredible shots of Daisy watching you as the rocket. It'll make me cry. As the rocket's going up, and she was so proud. Just kept saying, "Mommy, mommy," and I know you'll feel the same way when you watch it. And you brought a real life Daisy up.
That's
it was
right.
important for you, not only because it's your daughter's name, but why else was that important to bring it?
Daisies are common flowers, but they grow through any condition. They go through cement, they go through cracks, they go through walls. They are resilient. They are powerful, they are strong, they are everywhere. Flowers are, to me, God's smile, but it's also a reminder of our beautiful earth and the flowers here and God's smile and the beautiful magic that is everywhere, all around us, and even in a simple daisy. So to really appreciate it and remember it and take care of it and protect it.
Gail shared with us the song that you sang when you got up there. What a wonderful world. Why was that important to sing that particular song?
I've covered that song in the past, and obviously, like, my higher self is always steering the ship, because I had no clue that one day I would decide to sing a little bit of that in space. But I think that
is not about me. It's not about singing my songs. It's about a collective energy in there. It's about us. It's about making space for future women and taking up space and belonging. And it's about this wonderful world that we see right out there and appreciating it. This is all for the benefit of Earth.
You have done so many incredible things in your life, selling millions of records, selling out stadiums. Where does this experience rate for you?
This experience is second to being a mom. Yeah, that's it. And that's why it was hard for me to go, because that's all my love right there. And I have to surrender and trust that the universe is going to take care of me and protect me, and also my family and my daughter. Because, like, I am full up from being able to get that gift of being a mom. And to go to space is incredible, and I wanted to model courage and worthiness and fearlessness.
You did. You said you wanted to go to space for the fearless women in your life as well, your sister and your mom. Yeah. What was their reaction when you got to see them after you got off the capsule?
I have only seen my mom, and I was like, "Are you okay, Mom?" She just knew. She knew. She was totally okay, and I'm sure she was speaking in tongues underneath her breath, as she does all the time. She would do that for anything else, but definitely today. But she was so super confident. My mom, she has this thing where she can see. I mean, even down to the name of, like, the capsule
being tortoise. I know you spoke to all of your fans about that the capsule's named tortoise, the feather on the side, that, you know, the symbol of Blue Origin, all of those gave you confidence that this was the right thing for you to do, correct?
Yeah, because I just asked for a sign from the heavens, from my angels, and they're like, well, here's the feather, which is what your mother calls you, and if that's not enough, the capsule's named Tortoise, which is the second nickname that your mother calls you. And I'm like, okay, I'm going. Yeah. I got the message, and I'm gonna get the message.
Before I let you get back to your family, I just have to ask you, describe for us, because you're so brilliant at putting, you know, words together and describing moments that we can all appreciate later. How would you describe the moment when you took off and then the moment you landed?
The moment, I mean, it is the highest high, and it is surrender to the unknown, trust, and this whole journey is not just about going to space. It's the training, it's the team, it's the whole thing. I couldn't recommend this experience more. This is like up there with all the, you know, different tools that I've learned in my life, from meditation to the Hoffman process. This is up there because what you're doing is you're like really finding the love for yourself, because you got to trust in yourself on this journey, and then you're feeling the love when you come down, for sure, and you're feeling that strength. So I feel really connected to that strong divine feminine right now.
By the way, you're such a badass. I love that the month of April, you're like, I'm going to space and I'm launching my tour. It's really incredible. Now I know I'm asking this question for your fans. Will you write a song about this experience?
Oh, for sure, 100%. And not only that, I got to reveal my set list for the tour on a butterfly. How apropos.
Incredible.
Just flying in space. I don't know if anyone's ever done that before, so I'll just...
Well, there's a lot of things that you have done first. You are now officially an astronaut, and let me just tell you, on behalf of everyone here at Blue Origin, and our webcast, and everyone, all of these individuals that put this incredible thing on, congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for sharing your experience.
Is it a 10 out of 10? That's my review.
10 out of 10.
You definitely go for it. 10 out of 10.
Thank you, Katie. Congratulations.
Yeah, and only if you can afford this, because the flight itself is already pricey.
But,
so I'm not really sure you can even go with this in the first place.
Time with their friends and family.
But if you can go on, that's awesome, you know.
Wow, Kristen. I mean, 6 inspirational women in their own right, eloquent.
Yeah,
I couldn't
as you can see, this is the
from space.
This is studio. You can not really a studio. This is the real place where they are talking right now. The right side is Ariane Cornell, basically a launch flight commentator of this flight, and this one is Chris, Chris Nerd, something like that. Yeah, you can hear from the you can see from the name previously. She's actually a CNN
an all-female
remember CNN
broadcast team
newscaster,
here
but
at Launch
she
Site
takes
1 in
this
Origin. Marian,
this
it has been
this
a
side gig
complete
too.
honor to
Maybe
work
because
alongside you.
she likes
It has been such
she
an
wants
honor
to
to
cover
watch
about space too. I
all of
think
the things that
maybe that's why she goes with this
these
one.
women and their loved ones have said about what this experience
Oh yeah,
means to them,
Christian.
because
Yeah.
I am a firm believer
Yeah,
that
Christian.
if you don't understand why people come out here to watch a space flight, it's just because you haven't seen a launch yet and you haven't been a part of this experience. And I truly believe what we witnessed here today is something that will continue to open up spaceflight and this experience for all of humanity.
Okay.
And our little ones at home.
And
100%. You know, I said
I don't think I
earlier,
want to
you
keep.
can't be it if you can't see it. And
I don't want to keep showing you guys here. This part is already being way boring. So that's that. I appreciate you guys here, and also thank you for your time. So so that's that. Thank you for your times and for your patience for watching this stream, you know, and also for also dealing with this, you know, especially since their webcast is not really exactly excellent. You can say there is some stuttering. I can describe it even worse than my stream has some drop frames once at some point, you know. I mean, at least with drop frames you still can hear and it's still consistent. Okay. And here you can see this is the crew flight, all of this here for today. So that's that. I don't want to take too much time. It's a little bit boring here. So thank you so much for watching and thank you for your patience. Until then, I will see you guys later. So I'm going with my with my trademark here. This is Suguwa signing out, and bye bye. Have a nice day, and also thanks to Space Affairs for streaming this too. So basically that channel responsible for downscaling it to 30 frames, because otherwise it's going to obliterate the bit rate of this launch stream. I mean, like, try to imagine you try to stream it with 2 times of that bit rate and also some size files stream sizes there. So it's not ideal. So with that, I have to use Space Affairs stream just for that. And yeah, that's it, guys. Until then, see you guys later. Bye bye. Nothing else to talk here. And even the stream from the Blue Origin already ended here. Not so much else other than standard promotional copy there. So that's it. Bye bye. Have a nice day. And yeah, the day's done here. And you want to know something? Originally, I don't feel like I want to live stream this properly here, because I just don't feel like I want to stream for, let's just say, because I'm too tired today. But at least I just decided I go in, just do it, just stream it, you know. And yeah, I can say, even though this webcast itself is not really up to the standard and not much else we can say. I mean, the up in the standard as in at least it's consistent enough to see. And also the second one is that I just wish they don't yap too much, so they don't cut too much to what I want to say. I mean, even the SpaceX stream still allows me to talk, but that one, wow, they literally sandwich too much, so I cannot give too much commentary there. So yeah, that's that. So basically that's it, guys. Goodbye, take care, and I'm not going to cut myself off. So we are going to go in 3, 2, 1. 0. So bye bye. Have a nice day.